You wouldn't expect her to talk about the end of life. She's young, she's beautiful, and very much alive. A master's degree in thanatology. It's a Greek word meaning the study of death. She works in hospitals and hospices and gives frequent lectures, and she also has classes at Ollie.
Hello everyone. Someone asked me, said, you cannot be possibly stand up there and talking. I say, why? I have a reason why. Because I'm talking about death and dying. There's no age discrimination. By the way, my name is China Wu. I'm working for very delicate hospice. And there's no coincidence that I'm talking about death and dying. Since I'm Asian from Hong Kong, we grow up like death is always in our face. For example, when you're a child, when you do something bad, your parents say, you dead girl, what did you just do? Or like, dead boy, what you just have been to? Look at the mess you made. And when you're not doing anything sitting at home, what are you doing? You waiting to die? Just sitting there? So death in our culture is always growing up. Any minute, any time, so there's no coincidence why I'm talking about death and dying today. I feel it intimidating because in my culture, we always respect our elderly. They always the one that have wisdom. I really feel a little bit that I shouldn't be standing here and talking now. So I feel a little bit shy. But anyway, since that I know that there have no discrimination, and I actually do work very hard to be able to stand here. It took me 9 years to get my degree. 5 years for my undergrad and 2.5 years for my master's degree in thanatology. So meanwhile, I don't know anybody know about thanatology. I think you should know, right? You're Greek. What's a thanatology? Anybody knows about that word?
The study of death?
Yeah, the study of death science. So I always want to be a scientist, but I'm not good with math, but at least I can do death science. So for that reason, I know I'm a death scientist. So there's some statistics over here that I want to share with you. And actually this one particularly is from a nurse. Her name is Susan Steiner, from a palliative care nurse from Australia. There's a 5 regrets that people show during the end of life. Number 1, the patients always said, I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself and not the life others expected me. How many of you agree with that? Are you being yourself now? Like what Chris just said? Are you expressing yourself? Do you want to have a mohawk instead of having your hair right now? Let's do it. My hand does it too. But instead, I just cut my hair recently. I had my hair that long, right? You guys know? So I just changed my look. Number 2, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. I know you guys are not, because you live in Sedona. Nobody's working over here. Number 3, I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. I think that's very true. Recently, I watched the movie again, The Sixth Sense. Have you seen it? Anyone see The Sixth Sense? Do you know the story about? Okay, I'll just say a little bit about the story. A psychiatric, he's trying to help a little boy. He can see dead people, okay? So he didn't want to believe in him, but finally he believed in him. And he said, okay, now I understand you can see dead people. Do you know how can you help them? Do you know what is it? Anyone have a guess? You already know? Listen to them. That's the biggest lesson that I learned from these movies and also working in a hospice. Listen to them. And also for you now, just try to communicate as much as you can. Talk to your loved one. Communication is really important. Don't wait until you cannot speak, laying there, and people have to guess what you're thinking. So through that movie, I just remind myself again, I have to be a good listener, especially working with my patient. And most of the time, they cannot speak. And as an educator, I will encourage you to communicate with your family, with your loved one. It's nothing to shame about talking about that. I always use a joke, death and sex, the same thing. But I guess you're talking about it tonight, so I'm not going to share, I'm not going to take your spot. But I can share something with you at the end. I say yes, dying is the same as orgasm. I will tell you why later at the end. Anyway, so number 4, so I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. How many of you will stay in touch with your friends? Okay, good. Because statistics say someone's towards the end of their life, they always want to see their friends, but unfortunately, not too many of them are successfully to reach them. So stay in touch with your best friend, people who makes you happy, and surrounding yourself with them. And also number 5, I wish that I had let myself be happier. People don't know how to be happy. Really, they don't know. What do you do to make yourself happy? I don't know. That's a question you should ask yourself. What is the last time you tried to make yourself feel happy? I know what I do. I would just go buy champagne, and I would just turn on some comedian. I would just watch, oh, by the way, he's a really good comedian. His name is Peter Russell's.
Russell Pierce.
Russell Pierce. You don't know. Google him, go to YouTube, and he will make you very happy.